Hey friends, it's me, Rhea Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. Today we are hanging out in the kitchen. I have got a couple of big things on my list. I have got to clean out the fridge. It's really bad. I want to do some meal prep for my family. We've been doing tons of crock pot meals. I'm getting a little burnt out on them, not totally. I love the crock pot. But I do have a couple crock pot meals, plus I wanna do a make ahead casserole to just kind of change things up a little, but still make things easier. Plus we might bake some muffins or something for breakfasts as well, depending on time. But I just wanna share with you ways to make things a little bit easier for the week. Crock pot meals are great, especially when they're dump and go ones, because you could take a day or two and just prep your crock pot meals for the week, and then they're ready to go in the fridge and you can put them in the morning and not worry about it, and then you don't have to worry about putting all the ingredients together and just with the week. And I've been really tired and it's getting gloomy out. That seasonal depression, she is creeping in. I don't know about you, but she's a sneaky one. She sneaks up unannounced. But I just want to make my week easier. I try to listen to myself, give myself grace, and do things when I can to get things done and keep the house going and try to keep things as cohesive as possible. So we are going to knock out and get some meals done, get the fridge clean, and get the pantry tidied up a little bit, and just kind of have things done today and be done so that the rest of the week is just that much easier. So everybody can get the attention that they need in my home, that I can be present, and that I also can just have a little bit of time to chill, because that is so important, taking that time, that self-care. And so I'm gonna do a little bit of pre-self-care. We're gonna get things taken care of in the kitchen to make meals easier so that I can just have a little bit more time to feel my feels and take care of myself. And I hope that you are taking care of yourself. So we're gonna start with the fridge, get that knocked out. I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found me. If you aren't already, consider subscribing, continuing to hang out with me. I would love that. And most of all, I just hope that you're having a fantastic day. But let's not waste any time. Let's get started. Let's get the fridge taken care of. The produce drawer is it's wet in there. Something leaked and it needs to be addressed. So let's do that. Okay, we are gonna start with the fridge. I like to do it by just taking absolutely everything out, sometimes in sections, and wiping everything down and then putting it back in an organized fashion. I do have some little can organizer things that I got in the dollar spot at Target. They were more than $1, but still, I was very excited to find those. I'm hoping that they will make the can situation in the fridge a little better. We don't have room for another fridge, and I feel like that's a luxury anyways. I'm not gonna buy another fridge just for all of the canned drinks that we have. If you do have a drinks fridge though, I'm really happy for you. That sounds amazing. Anyways, we're gonna do the fridge. I did wanna kind of show you though, I have talked about this before. I love my to-do list. I've got everything I want to do today with the fridge and the pantry and everything, goals, that kind of stuff on here. I'll link this in the description box. It's a little checklist, and then you can break things down into priorities, leave little notes. I have ADHD. It's who I am. And as I mentioned, I also struggle, not struggle, I don't like that word, but anxiety, depression, those kind of things creep up. And so I have just found ways to cope. I went undiagnosed for a really long time. I was an adult diagnosis. And so I, just growing up, figured out ways to do things, color coding, writing things down, planners, lists, Post-its, multiple colored, all of the things all the time, and having to cycle through all of that stuff because dopamine is such a huge player in my brain, and just things being interesting. So I've come up with lots of systems, and this is currently my fixation, is this to-do list. And they come in multiple colors, which is nice, or at least another color. So when this one is done, I can get the other color, and then even though it's the same thing, it's still exciting to me. So there you go. And I'm also a big planner person. I always have, like, that is how I got through high school and college, was planners. I would make keys with different symbols for different classes, highlight things, write things down. I'm very much a type B person because of my ADHD, but I would love to be a type A person at heart in so many ways. Like, she's in here and sometimes she gets to come out. But I love this planner because it has, I don't want to show you too much just because our life is on here. I guess I could show you a different month. We'll look at December. It's got the full month, which is really nice. So I can like write all of the stuff down for the month, and then it breaks it down into big week blocks as well, which is really nice. So I'll like flip back and forth, but then I also have my digital calendar as well. Anyways, this is long-winded. I just wanted to show you, especially if you're new here. I've shown this stuff before, but this is also how I meal plan. So oftentimes, like, we'll sit down to dinner like Saturday or Sunday night and we'll kind of talk about things that we want, things that we really liked in the past that we want to have again, that kind of stuff. And I'll plan the meals for the week and then get the grocery list together. And then I'll just mark the dinner for that week, and then we have all the appointments and things like that. And then my kids each have a color dot so that I recognize it's that appointment. I also, in this planner, it has a notes thing, so I have a section devoted to dinner winners. I did the post-it that way so I could see it sticking up, but it's just a list of dinners that we tried that were new that they actually liked. I do have picky eaters. So it's always exciting when we find something that's like, oh, I can possibly make that again, and it's not corn dogs. So this was very long-winded, and I appreciate you if you've sat through all of it. Let me know what you do to stay on task. If you change things up, if that helps you. I'm always very open to new ideas, things to put on the list, if I can remember where I put the list. Let's clean up the fridge, get that taken care of, knock that off the list, and then just kind of keep going. Fridge.
Sometimes when I'm thinking about us, before we got lost and we parted, back to back we would carry on and we'd do anything for what we started. But this time we couldn't.
Oh no. Oh no, it's suction. Oh shoot. Ah! Here we go.
Safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. Sometimes when I'm reasoning about us, I know you got me, it's so effortless. Back to back we would carry on and we'd do anything for what we started. But this time we could break. I'm running dry, everything's the same. We'll try tonight, but this time we're not safe and sound. Not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you?
Well, cleaning the fridge day always takes a while, and while I'm doing this though, I am making a lot of mental notes. I decided to clean out all the containers, which I don't always do because they're typically not that bad, but I just wanted to make it count. I am reorganizing it, and so everything needs to get cleaned. And I am also making mental notes of the things that I really need to use up. Like you see those big bottles, that one is teriyaki sauce and one is barbecue sauce. I need to use those, so I'm making a mental note. I know I've got some meats out in the freezer that need to be used up as well, so I'm kind of mentally planning our meals for the next week. I really want to just shop the freezer, shop my pantry, not do a lot of shopping and spending money because we do have food in the house. So I'm gonna get these bottles cleaned off. We're gonna restock, get things put back in containers, and get the fridge organized. I wanna keep things productive while I have the motivation, get meals made, get things restocked so that we are ready to go.
I used to be satisfied, stayed over the surface. Now I just can't get enough. You make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with you, I go higher. You lift me up, now I can see so much farther. You're not rising. You're not rising. I'm a butterfly who has only begun, taking me a while to get it. Had to live and cry to appreciate life, and what you give is worth it. When you're holding me, and when you're holding so close, I won't further in under your skin. Wanna leave a mark so that I can be sure that you remember what's been. I used to be satisfied, stayed over the surface. Now I just can't.
Decided to do a complete reorganization of the fridge, and moving the shelves was necessary and clearly a challenge. I don't have a ton of options in where I can put the shelves in this fridge, especially with all of our containers, the way that I situate them. I'm trying to just group things together into categories, make things more accessible, like proteins, things like that. And we've got our drinks. I only had enough Coke Zero for one of the drink holders, but we do need to restock on that. So we'll have both of them filled in no time. But that is the fridge getting all organized. We still need to hit the drawers and the drinks and everything, but I've got my macarons hidden in there in plain sight. Macarons are one of my favorite cookies, but let's tackle the drawer here. We've got a lot going on. I pack lunches for 2 of my kids every single day. They don't have a hot lunch option or anything, and so we've kind of bulked up our lunch meat game, kind of giving the kids lots of different options, trying new things that we typically would never have in the house. But this poor drawer is holding quite a bit, but we're managing.
Want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with you, I go higher. You lift me up, now I can see so much farther. You're not rising. You're not rising.
That drawer is always the hardest one to get out because it hits the door in front of it. You can't just pull it straight out. It's such a pain. And as I pulled it out, I realized it had leaked down on our clean drawer that we just did. So I had to wipe it out. You can see there's liquid in the bottom. I don't know where it came from. Nothing that I am pulling out is liquidy. Those cuties though are not so cute anymore. I did have to throw those away, but I'm cleaning everything else off. We can put everything else back, and I'm gonna have to take the drawer apart a little bit because you can see there's some liquid down there in that spot. I couldn't get both sides off this time, but I wasn't gonna try to force it because the other drawer is already broken and being held together with packing tape, because I can't get these drawers anymore. They don't make this model, and I've looked, and finding drawers is impossible. So I'm just really gentle, managed to get the worst of it out, and now it's basically clean. But I'm gonna get everything put back in here. I know the fridge takes forever. Every time I clean the fridge out, I always think, oh, it shouldn't take too long. I'm just gonna pull out some gross stuff, wipe it down, and then hours of my life are gone because it always takes longer than I think, but it is well worth it in the end. So we're gonna keep going. We are almost done finally, but I recognize cleaning out this fridge takes forever, and those hot dog buns were gone. They were done. I had to throw them away too, which is not something I enjoy.
Rose-colored glasses.
so all I have left of the fridge is the drinks side where we keep like the milk and the creamer and everything. But once we're done with this, we are going to put together those meals for the week, get that all prepared and done, and then we'll just tidy up the pantry really quick. It's not bad. And Connor actually did most of the restock when he went grocery shopping this last week, but we have like excess boxes and stuff. So I just need to find a solution to contain things because just having it all sit on the floor is stressing me out. So let's finish this part of the refrigerator, make our meals. I have 3 meals that I want to make, and we might make some zucchini muffins. I found some really tired zucchini in the fridge this morning, which was like, oh, Rhea, clean the fridge. You're a monster. So that's kind of what triggered this. And they're sitting on the counter just like staring at me. So we're gonna make some muffins too. But let's do this last little bit first. There's a lot of drinks in here. I could close it and just pretend like it doesn't exist. But I won't. Oh, okay.
Sunrise is 4 a.m. You say get in the car, we can run away. I hardly even knew you, but I knew that I can't lose you. For 1 or 2, maybe 3 years, I've been feeling nothing at all. But then I saw your face lighting up my space. Got me going like da, da, lighting up my space. You do like a candle in the dark. Ooh, getting warmer every time I'm with you. Sunday in pouring rain, I felt kinda low. Is it all in vain?
Okay, so I was wrong. I only have 2 crock-pot meals, well, 2 make-ahead meals that I wanna make. I had it in my head that I had 3, but Connor had found that salmon that's in the fridge at Costco, and it was a really good deal because it was like previously frozen, and so I shifted the schedule around so that we could have it. So I have 2 meals, but I still want to just make them ahead of time. The casserole is actually for tonight, but I have time to put it together now, and then Connor can finish it while I'm taking one kid to an activity and he's home with the others. So that's a nice thing about casseroles is that you can make them ahead of time for the most part, and it's not necessarily another crock pot meal or something. So I'm gonna make a cheesy chicken crescent roll casserole bake, which I'm actually really excited about. And then the other one is just a beef stew for the crock pot, and I'm gonna put everything in a Ziploc bag and just have it ready to go in the fridge so that I can dump it into the crock pot. I think tomorrow morning, actually, for me. I'm gonna need it tomorrow, but it'll be nice to just have it out of the way because our mornings get kind of chaotic and I have appointments tomorrow. So putting together the actual stew itself would kind of be a challenge. So we're gonna make 2 dinners now, and then we'll throw together some muffins, get them in the oven, and while they're baking, just organize and tidy up the pantry a little bit. But we're gonna start, let's throw together the beef stew first so I can just get that out of the way, and then we'll make the casserole. Okay, so here are our ingredients. This one will be really easy because we're just putting it into a Ziploc bag. It's just your run-of-the-mill beef stew. You need to cut up a pound of potatoes. I don't have big giant carrots, but we've got these baby carrots, so we're gonna put some of those in there, cut up some celery. We can use that half onion that we found in the fridge. Lots of garlic. I need to use up this bone broth. And then we've got our beef, which was from a previous week. I bought it in bulk at Costco. I used half of it 1 or 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And then I pulled it out of the freezer, the other half, and thawed it so we can put it in this stew. And then just our seasonings, which is salt and pepper and some bay leaf. The recipe that I'm pulling from has you like sear the meat and the onions and all that stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna put everything in the bag and just stick it in the crock pot early in the morning when I get up and let it cook for just a really nice, good long time, and everything will be really tender and delicious. So let's chop our potatoes, our celery, and the rest of our vegetables, and then get everything in the bag. I could have gotten away with not putting anything on the baggie, but I know myself, and in that moment I thought it would be smarter to fill out the baggie like I would be putting it in the freezer than not, just in case, because we do have to pivot sometimes. And I didn't want it to go to waste by just sitting in the back of the fridge or get lost in the freezer. I am packing everything in the bag again as well, like I would be putting it in the freezer. So I am doing the meat last. So like if you dump it out frozen or whatever, it goes in meat first. It's just the way that I learned how to do it, packing freezer meals. And for the life of me in this moment, I can't remember the full logic behind that. But if you know, leave a comment and help everybody else get educated. I'm making the sauce. I just wanted everybody to notice that. People that have hung around with fridge clean outs before, I used that entire can of tomato paste. I used every last drop, and I'm very proud of myself. There may or may not have been a time where I threw away 3 cans of that, and they were all partially used when I was cleaning out the fridge. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal for me. I'm making the sauce. I'm gonna get that poured in. I didn't use all the liquid that I needed, just enough to kind of incorporate all of the tomato paste, and then I'm gonna put the rest of the liquid in. I didn't have quite enough beef broth, so I'm gonna use the Better Than Bouillon paste and just some water to top it off. But otherwise, we're almost done getting all of this in the baggie, and I'm gonna put it in the fridge. And then I did actually make this. It turned out amazing, so I'll show you. It turned out really, really good. We just had it with some toast, but beef stew, it's a one pot thing. You don't have to have a lot of extras, which I love. Okay, so these are cheesy chicken crescent rolls. I was hoping to just kind of make something a little bit more interesting, change things up for my kids. It's been a lot of like soup lately and stews, oddly enough. So we're gonna try this out, see if they like it. We got a rotisserie chicken at Costco. I shredded it really quickly off camera. Calls for a can of cream of chicken soup, some crescent rolls, mozzarella, and then just these 2 seasonings. You don't need to add any salt or pepper. We do have unsalted cream of chicken soup, so it might be a little bland. I might regret the unsalted, but that's okay. We can always add a little later. We're just gonna start by making a mixture with the chicken and some seasonings, roll that up into the crescent rolls, and then you make a sauce with the cream of chicken soup and some more cheese. I'm gonna change things up a little bit. This recipe is like a make everything and put it in the oven, but to make it ahead of time, you don't pour the sauce in the dish. You mix the sauce and then just have it set aside, so when you're ready to cook it, you can pour it on the top. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's start by mixing up some chicken and cheese and a little bit of seasoning, and then go from there. I will say this one is really, really easy to put together. It might seem tedious with all the crescent rolls that I'm gonna have to roll up, but it was really quick and really easy, especially with the pre-shredded rotisserie chicken. And all 3 of my kids liked it, which is a huge deal. I have picky eaters in this house. Rarely is there a winner for everyone, and this one was one of them. Some of the kids were a little about it, but everybody ate it. Everybody liked parts of it. Like, this was a big deal for me to have a winner where everybody was happy. This one is going on the list of winners. Okay, so we're gonna make the sauce really quick. I'm just gonna make it in this bowl, and I don't wanna dirty up a pan. The recipe asks you to like heat it over the stove. I don't feel like it. So I'm just gonna put all of the ingredients for the sauce in this bowl. I'm gonna microwave it so that everything melts together. And then I'll just let it come to room temperature and throw it in the fridge. I could probably get away with just mixing everything and not melting the cheese, but I want it to be able to distribute evenly over it, and I don't know. If this is a hit, maybe I'll try it the other way next time just to see what happens. Okay, so we're switching gears. I don't want to make muffins. It sounds tedious and boring, and I don't have to make muffins, so I'm not gonna make muffins. I was in the mood for a little bit more nostalgia, and I absolutely adore my mother-in-law's chocolate chip zucchini cake. So it's also one of my husband's very favorites and my kids. And we're just gonna have a sweet treat instead of a convenient breakfast. We have cereal, we have lots of yogurt. I can make a batch of Kodiak cakes really quickly in the morning that will last a couple of days. So I'm switching gears. I am making things better for me. I haven't had this since zucchini season started in the summer. So we are overdue for the chocolate zucchini cake anyways. So we're gonna make that instead. So I'm just gonna get all of my zucchini shredded here. Whatever I don't use, I'm gonna put in a Ziploc bag and label it, throw it in the freezer so that we can make it again when zucchini is not in season. And then just throw all my ingredients together in a bowl, put it in a 9x13 and let it bake. And while it is baking, we can get the pantry tidied up. There's not a ton to do. Like I said, we just need to get all of the boxes and stuff under control. So let me finish getting this shredded. We'll put the ingredients together and then go from there. I love this recipe, and I can't believe that I was gonna make muffins again. Oh, muffins.
Small city thinking, I get why you left. Small-minded people sure know how to drift. I came to the party, I laughed at the jokes she made. I wish that I hadn't, 'cause now the joke's on me. I didn't come here just so I could watch you make a mess. I didn't come here to ugly cry in my favorite dress. So what were you thinking then when you kissed your lips? Now I'm kinda glad you did, 'cause now you
Almost forgot a crucial step to the chocolate zucchini cake. The recipe doesn't call for, there's a fly in the house. There's always a fly in this house. I clean, you've seen me do it. The recipe doesn't actually call for chocolate chips, but we put chocolate chips in. Measure with your heart. Whoa, my heart really wanted chocolate chips.
I came to the party, I laughed at the jokes she made. I wish that I hadn't, 'cause now the joke's on me. I didn't come here just so I could watch you make a mess. I didn't come here to ugly cry in my favorite dress. She thought she could tear us apart when she kissed your lips. Oh, what a plot twist. 'Cause now you
Okay, so we already have like most everything stocked right now. It's just all on the floor, and I don't want it all on the floor. So we had these baskets laying around. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to refill like what I can fit into the normal snack baskets. We have a couple of things that are out of the norm for snack things here. So I'm gonna just use these little guys to kind of make up the difference, because I don't want to buy more wire ones because we don't typically have all of this stuff. And then I'm just gonna put the boxes in this big basket just to get them out of the way. Just because if they won't fit on the shelves, right? And it just looks cluttered to me. So I'm gonna make use of what I already have, get things organized and under control, and then be done in here. So we're almost done. I think I do have some treats to refill on the counter in the center part for fall. If I can find them, I'll do that. But the goal is to just get everything off the floor, get everything kind of looking cohesive and organized again. It should not take long. This isn't a big, huge pantry clean out. This is just like trying to control the chaos a little bit. So let's get everything off the floor. Oh, well, it's still gonna be on the floor, but it's gonna look pretty in this basket.
I leave the TV on, I'm done with your sad eyes.
Oh, Rhea. We're not big drinkers. This might last for all time. I don't know who we thought we were buying this at Costco. I knew that the pantry would not take long, but I knew that it needed to be done. All of that stuff on the floor was just driving me nuts, and I wasn't lying. We have a lot of liquids, and there's room for the Coke Zero palette that we need to restock on from Costco. We don't drink it every day, but man, I love that stuff. I don't know who I am. I never was a big soda person, but that Coke Zero, delicious. I'm just gonna get the rest of these boxes put away. This basket worked perfectly. It looks nice. It contains these boxes. We really stocked up on the Kodiak cakes when they went on sale because it's our go-to, and it is not necessarily cheap compared to other stuff, but it's just our favorite. And then we just have a ton of snacks right now, just with our schedule and everything. And my kids just need to eat. They're growing like crazy, and they need a lot of snacks, and it's hard to keep up on with lots of fresh fruit and everything. So there is no shame in having these packaged snacks, and they are definitely useful in a pinch. We just encourage balance, and we try to have a really good healthy dinner with lots of vegetables at night, but snacks are not bad. I used to get uptight about it, and one of you very kindly pointed out that it was okay to get snacks, and it was good that my kids were fed, and that really stuck with me and resonated with me, and I'm so appreciative of that. It's just good. My kids need to be fed. Snacks are what works for us, and if that's what works for you, that is awesome. But I'm gonna finish getting things wiped down here. I wanna vacuum up the floors, but we're almost done. It was a long day of getting lots done, but also very, very worth doing it. And I could have easily broken it up into a couple of days, but like I said, today was the day that I had. Today was the day that I wanted to do it, and it means that I can just take time for me later and be present. So let's finish getting things vacuumed. It is so much better. We've got all the boxes that were left over contained. We have all the drinks here. Mostly okay. It's fine. That's a lot of seltzer that we're probably not going to drink. All the snacks are restocked, plus our little extras here. And I like having it tipped this way so the kids can just grab it. Otherwise, the pantry just looks so much better. Everything is far more organized. Kids are happy about it too. It just looks really good. Oh, it's so nice to not just have piles everywhere.
It's hard to stay real in a world full of fakes. It's hard to find truth when the liars are great. I'm trying my best to stay out of your way. Oh well, oh well. You talk a big talk, but got nothing to say.
Okay, friends, that is everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope this gave you some ideas on ways that you can meal prep, or just some meal ideas, or just motivation to get things done, or to take care of yourself, really. I talked a lot about mental health and stuff because, you know, it is just part of my daily life, and it's not something to be ashamed of. It is just something that you have to learn to take care of yourself, to manage so that you can be present. And this was one of those things where preparing things, being ready, and taking advantage of the motivation that I had was very important. And I am able to now relax and spend time with my family. I so hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are taking care of yourself. I am very grateful for all of you and your kind words that you leave in the comments. I am looking forward to all of the holiday stuff coming up and sharing with you just all the fun things that I have planned. But most of all, I just love hanging out with you. And if you're not already, consider subscribing, continue to hang out. I hope that you're doing well, and I will see you next time. Bye.